And now we're going to generate the third common type of visualization. That would be the line graph or chart. To begin with, again, if we hover over these, we see pretty clearly that we need at least one date field or variable. And so that would mean that we only have one option. So it would be the created by. So we're going to start there and we're just going to drag it and drop it into the visualization pane. We're going to navigate up to show me. And then we're going to select the various options or hover over the various line options. We're just going to do the basic lines chart. To generate this, we're going to need at least one measure, as we can see, and then also one date field. Recall that all measures are going to be below the faint gray line and all dimensions will be above it. And then also recall that the fields icons are all going to be here on the left-hand side. And so we need that date field to get started. So let's go ahead and move it here to the columns. Currently, the default is set to year. We're going to actually change that. We'll default the starting point to the month, and then we'll expand it out to the year as well. And then from here, to get this to actually populate the number of counts per day, we'll obviously need that smaller tree census count data, the same one that we've been using for the other visualization. So we've got a nice representation of the various counts across each day. We could mix this up quite a few different ways. One would be, for instance, if you wanted to see it broken down by boroughs, we could drag the boroughs into the color marks card, and so that's going to split it up a bit. But yeah, as you can see, they're not particularly helpful because of the way it breaks it up. We want that to actually be a little bit more seamless. So let's undo that. And again, you can play around with it because your data may have different options, but just remember that that's one option that you have. And this is, again, just a very simple example of a date created, but you can also see that the number of counts increased quite a bit as you move into the month of August. So clearly, in this particular sample data set, more trees were counted throughout the month of August of 2015. So we'll stop there with this particular example. We'll rename it. In this case, trees counted by date. Just something that we can remember